Masking and managing. We've learnt to create a persona that we hide behind. This is really damaging, actually, and prevents connection in my experience. I know for me, I've always not even realised actually that that's what I was doing. I think it's a newer term that we talk about now, masking. But I think pretty much everybody does it. You know, we've got a way that we act with family, a way that we are with workplace colleagues, a way that we are with friends, a way that we are on the street or in the supermarket. And yeah, I think it's really important to recognise this masking and managing of our emotions and our behaviour and letting all of that go for a moment. It's such a beautiful thing to simply be authentic, no matter how that is right now. And actually, for me, being authentic has enabled me to let go of some of the extreme emotion where I might, burst into tears. I used to cry an awful lot, actually, and strangely, that the more I tried to not cry, the more I did cry, and I think I got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I think really taking off the mask happened more in my own time, like I could actually be myself and really connect in with that, and then extend that out when I was around others. I'm very lucky in that I found a community of people who don't judge me, and have got my back and kind of like rooting for me, which is really beautiful. And yeah, I recommend that you do that. Find your community of people where you can actually just rest and relax and be yourself. It's such a freeing thing. I remember the first time that I just totally opened up and said exactly how I was feeling, how desperate I felt in that moment. Totally opened up. It wasn't a pretty sight, the typical snotty, cryy experience, where I remember feeling like almost ashamed of myself for letting it all out and just saying how much I was struggling in that moment. And yet I remember looking up and looking around the room I was in with all the people in it. I was with a big group of people, actually. And all I saw was acceptance. All I saw was love and just a supporting of me, like what you said was okay. And that's the freest I ever felt in my life to date. And that for me was the starting point to actually take the mask off and keep it off, and recognise when it's on and just stop for a moment. It was so damaging to me, so it put so much strain on my physical body to do that. Acting out a persona, it may feel very normal and you may be very used to it, and it may be quite scary to open up and be vulnerable and actually just be yourself in the moment. But I think you acclimatise to it. I know I have, and so it actually stopped feeling so vulnerable, and it just started feeling light and open and easy. And for me, it's just got easier and easier. And every time I see that I'm actually doing something to please others, to be liked or loved or be accepted, I just let it go. And strangely, I found that people accept you more and like you more and are more comfortable around you when you're being yourself, because I think it's a gentle energy when you're being authentic. It's very, very gentle, and I think it's very inviting, and it also kind of gives other people permission to be themselves. And so wouldn't that be wonderful if the whole world just dropped the mask and we're just all real with each other? And I think actually there'd be an awful lot more joy and ease and grace to everybody's experience if we just let go of that mask and learn to just be authentic, be ourselves, however we are in this moment, the good, the bad and the ugly and everything in between. It doesn't matter. We haven't got to perform. This is not a performance life. We're living it out, and all living it out the best we can. And I think we connect in a more heartfelt way with other people when we're authentic. That's certainly been my experience anyway. So yeah, I invite you to take the mask off and be your beautiful, authentic self.